The top 10 best-selling electric cars in November. A lot of people are curious to know what are the best-selling cars in the world? Is Tesla really going down the toilet as a lot of the media claim? Well, actually no. Hello my friends, welcome to the channel. I'm Sam Evans. You're watching the Electric Viking. Clean Technica have published this information, but in their list they have included plug-in hybrids, and I don't think that's what we're after here. Certainly not on this channel. I'm looking at EVs only. Best-selling EV in the world in November worldwide was the Model Y by a pretty big margin. 115,200 Tesla Model Ys were delivered in November. And I had to think twice. I'm like thinking to myself, 115,000 in a single month. That's okay. It's true. That's the number. Second best-selling EV worldwide in November was the Tesla Model 3 with 54,000 deliveries. It's pretty good considering there was a lot of vehicles on ships. A lot of the new Model Highland, the Model 3 Highland, were being delivered and hadn't even reached their destination at that point in time. The third best-selling electric car in the world was the BYD Seagull, really selling incredibly well, 44,603 deliveries. And the reason I say it's selling amazingly well is that there's so much competition for the Seagull in China. There's probably about 50 other models it's competing against, and it's clearly customers are saying, you know what? We'll pay a premium. And the Seagull is selling at a premium. It's selling at probably 10 to 20% more than its rivals. Many of its rivals are selling for a few $1,000s less. So people saying, you know what, the Seagull it's got the BYD brand. It's probably better. So they're buying the Seagull. The BYD Dolphin was next, just behind the Seagull with 41,346 deliveries. The Dolphin's probably going to outsell the Seagull next year, in my opinion, because of the fact that it's sold in more than 20 countries worldwide. Now the Seagull is not. It's only sold in China. Next was the BYD Atto 3 with 33,000 deliveries. That's also sold in many other countries worldwide. It's a huge sales success, in particular in Thailand. Best-selling country outside of China, I believe. Next was General Motors. Amazingly, not really, sort of. TriVenture, SGMW. It's the joint venture between SAIC Motors, also General Motors and Wuling. So they own 33% each, those three companies. Wuling Hongguang Mini EV had 24,000 deliveries. Now, I've heard some people saying it's the best-selling car in the world this year. It's not even close. I mean, that's old news. It's definitely not this year. It's definitely not in 2023. In fact, it wasn't even in 2022 either. The next best-selling car was the Wuling Bingo. That's not made by General Motors or SAIC or Wuling. That's just Wuling only. The Wuling Bingo is a competitor, direct competitor to the BYD Seagull. 22,770 of those were sold. Next was the GAC Aeon Y, just behind the Bingo. 22,666 deliveries. GAC, they're a real powerhouse this year. Over the past 6 months, delivering around 40,000 electric cars every single month. Following the GAC Aeon Y was the Volkswagen ID.4, the only legacy automaker in the world in the top 10 bestsellers, aside from Tesla, of course, who are not really a legacy automaker. 16,950 Volkswagen ID.4s were delivered. After that, we have the Volkswagen ID.3 with 16,237 deliveries. A fair few of those were sold in China because in China, that current version of the ID.3 started at $16,000, less than half the price that it starts for everywhere else in the world. Now, the new version of the ID.3 has been revealed in China. It's a lot more expensive. It's around $23,000 starting price. Now, that was followed by the Geely Panda Mini with 15,000 deliveries. Next was the Chang'an Lumen with 14,951. Then we have the GAC Aeon S, and just behind the Aeon S, we have two BYD models. The BYD Song electric version, 11,138 deliveries, and then we have the BYD Qin Plus, the electric version of the Qin Plus. In fact, the Qin Plus actually did outsell the electric version of the Song. So those are the best-selling electric cars in the world right now. As you can see, Tesla number 1 and 2. Of course, BYD did sell more cars overall, but they sold less EVs than Tesla in November. It's worth mentioning that point. In December, that changed. BYD sold more EVs than Tesla, I believe, in December. We don't know for sure, but I think that's the case. What are the biggest selling electric car manufacturers in the world so far in 2023? Well, of course, For the year, Tesla did outsell BYD. BYD outsold Tesla for EV deliveries in the fourth quarter of 2023, but not for the year. From January to November, Tesla delivered nearly 1.1 million Tesla Model Ys, which was a lot more than the second best-selling electric car in the world, which was the Tesla Model 3, with 472,000 deliveries. So Tesla delivered more than twice as many Model Ys worldwide versus the Model 3. In third place was the BYD Atto 3 with 381,000 deliveries, so about 100,000 deliveries behind the Tesla Model 3. Next was the BYD Dolphin with 324,000. That was followed by the Wuling Hongyan Mini EV with 232,000, and the GAC Aeon Y was next with 213,000 deliveries. The BYD Seagull, which is a relatively new car, had 212,000 deliveries, so that put it in around 7th place. In terms of the biggest manufacturers of EVs, from January to November worldwide, Tesla was actually quite far out in front with 1.6 million deliveries, which was 220, in fact, about 230,000 more deliveries than BYD of electric cars, fully electric cars. Now, BYD did sell more cars than Tesla, quite a bit more, but if you're looking at just the fully electric versions, Tesla definitely was out in front. And that was the case for the entire 12 months of the year as well, with Tesla delivering just over 1.8 million EVs and BYD approximately 1.6 million. In third place for the January to November period was the Volkswagen Group, not the Volkswagen brand, the group of brands. They sold 655,800 electric cars, meaning that Volkswagen probably sold approximately just over 1/3 of the EVs that Tesla did worldwide. So probably about 40%. Next was SAIC Motors, or SAIC. They delivered 647,000, just behind the Volkswagen Group, very close between SAIC and the Volkswagen Group. Next, we've got Geely Volvo. Really good numbers for them, 532,000 deliveries. They were in 5th place. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.